Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to an episode of PATTAY'S Performance. Today in the driveway, I have this Craftsman 2700 PSI Pressure Washer in for a repair. It is a no-start condition. According to the lovely person who dropped it off, it will be screenshotted. It won't start. I put a new plug in and fresh gas. So, anyway, it's a good looking machine. Obviously looks like he stores it indoors. The engine that's on here, I have a love-hate relationship with, only because I have the same exact engine on my Toro Time Master, and it's just severely underpowered. So every time I see this engine on a pressure washer or a regular push mower, it just grinds my gears. Thank God I didn't pay full asking price for it. If you guys want to get good deals like that, subscribe to my channel, and I'll show you how to get killer deals and make stuff like that work. So let's just verify oil's good. Okay. Now what we also need to do is, let's verify the spark plug. The spark plug is new. It is a first fire. Obviously it doesn't fire. Let's see. Air filter, okay, and the kill switch. So before you do any repair, even if it's your mother, Jesus Christ, Donald Trump, fact check, verify the problem. Just don't go crazy, okay? Because there's been a few times where people tell me something and it is 100% different from what I find. So we have some oil here in the air filter housing. So that means most likely that this machine has been mishandled. Okay? Whenever you work on a machine, exhaust side down, so he must have had the machine tipped over one way or another. I've gotten machines cheap or free because it's been mishandled and they think the engine's locked up or it won't start because it's filled with oil. And when I say no start, the spark plug's covered in oil. So what we need to do is hook it up to water. Never run your pressure washer without water going through it. You are going to burn up the pump. Let's turn this sideways because this thing's going to shoot out. So in order to get your engine to run, which is called combustion, you're going to need a few things. Spark, air, fuel, compression, all equal combustion. This thing's shooting into my garage. So let's get you in here. We're going to try and get this thing started. A little bit of go-go juice. There's the choker. Oh, automatic choker, yeah. Spray right down the hole. Make sure this is on. Let's fire in the hole. Okay, so it runs and dies. What does that tell you? Let's do one more time. Let's see if we can get a little bit more oomph out of this. Okay, it runs and dies. And it's smoky. Let's turn off the water so it's not spraying all over the place. So we got it to run and die because we used this. This was our missing element. So we verified air, verified spark, verify compression. Because you don't have enough compression, the engine won't start. Okay. We put fuel into the system, and that equaled combustion. That's the equal end all. So if it runs and dies, and it's running off of this, that means it's a fuel related issue. So we got to go open up this carburetor, and let's clean it. Go wait for the water to run out. We'll grab some tools, and we'll go from there. Right, so let's free up this carburetor. We probably could get away doing it. You know what? Let's try and do it Nah, let's take the whole thing off. Let's take the whole thing off. Well, you know what? Let me reveal this air filter before we try and go crazy. Let's make some space. You see, this is completely different. So that's just one Phillips head number 2. If you want to take this all the way apart, but literally this carburetor is exposed, and I have a pretty good run at it. This is just a 5/16, so we're going to pull this cover off. Alright, we'll put our screws in there. And now, you have a good look at this carburetor. Now what we could do is we could just pull this bone light off, and we could see if we can get it to run. So let's just try and get that bone light off. I lied. Let's just try and get the bone light off, and you guys can get a good idea of just what this carburetor looks like. And if we have to go further, we will. Alright, so first things first, we're going to clamp this fuel line. Because when we drop this bowl, there's going to be fuel coming out. So anyway, underneath this carburetor is called the fuel nut jet bowl. It's going to hold it in. That is a 13 millimeter or 1/2 inch. We're going to stick our ratchet in like so, and we're just going to drop this bowl. So there is going to be fuel that comes out. It actually looks pretty clear. We're just going to see if we can get away with just cleaning out this jet. Oh, look at that. You see that? Can you guys see that? Look at this. There's your evidence right there. Can you guys see that? That is jellified fuel. So we'll sit this, we're going to put it down real quick. We're just going to drop this bowl and see what the magic looks like underneath. Alright, not too bad. Really not bad at all. We've seen worse on the channel. So we could actually just clean that out by hand. Here's our fuel nut bowl, just a little. And look what came out. Can you guys see that? Look what came out from that hole. That was plugging up the jet. So most likely, this jet was clogged. Yep, we're good now. Obviously, if you have compressed air or can of brake clean, we'll blow that out, but I'm pretty confident that this is all this will need. Now what we're going to do here is also run this up the middle, and you are just going to feel it goes all the way up and in. That's what we like to call quick and dirty. We're not taking the carburetor apart and cleaning it. Okay, we're literally just pulling this out. Now, as you guys can see, just like a lawnmower, there is no bevel or anything, so this can go on any way. So let's start this up by hand. And remember, I didn't have to pull off the air filter. I just did it so you guys get a better view for you guys. Now, we'll see if this works. Now if this does work, I'm going to show you guys how to completely take off the carburetor. Or I'll walk you through it. Because that's no fun. Right? Because I don't want to be like, alright, I did this and it didn't work. Well, you have to take the carburetor apart. How do you do that? Don't worry. Don't worry. Papa PATTAY'S Performance got you. Right, AD? Daddy's here. So let's fill this up with water. And this thing on run. Put the air filter back in. This thing's going to smoke like crazy. We shall see. Alright, we got enough So, fire in the hole. Wait, there, I have the fuel line pinched down. Alright, fuel line's out. That's very important. Make sure we got fuel in there. And now we're just going to give this thing a good pull. And you guys are going to see the water pressure change too. Is working. We're going to let this run to burn all the oil out from being mishandled. Wow. Woo-wee! Jesus. Alright, let's take out some oil on this thing. Oh man. And look, oil coming out of the exhaust too. Wowza! Alright, let's dive a little deeper. Alright, let's check the oil one more time. Look at that. Looks like he has two. Yeah, there's a lot of oil in here. So we're going to have to suck that out. Alright, so what I like to do is I like to pump the oil out. It's going to take forever now because the engine's not hot. But it is what it is. Now usually there's a drain plug underneath. I'm not going to bother. That's frustrating or annoying. So I'm just going to suck it out. Now this engine takes 20 ounces of 30 weight oil. So we could do two things. We could completely suck out the oil or just drain out, suck out the excess. I am going to, even though it's clean, we are going to get rid of, we're just going to suck out as much as we can and replace what is necessary. And then we're going to run it again. So just a little electric pump setup. This is my electric pump. Feeds off my battery. And it goes into this dipstick. And I just added an extension. If you guys remember from that hack flipper I got a Toro from, he made this belt cover. I added it as an extension. So I have this sit further back because this pump leaks. It's a $17 pump. I leave it outside every day. It's over a year old. Usually I just buy a new pump every year, but I don't know. I don't care. So, let's see what happens. Like I said, it's going to take a while to suck out because it's cold. So if you don't have a pump, right? I mean, just tip it over on its side, or they make a hand pump, and you can do that too. Because I do volume, it's easier for me just to use the electric pump once the machine is running. When I'm busy, I fill this up every 5 days. Every lawnmower averages, actually every lawnmower, most of the part, is 20 ounces. So, you do the math. This thing holds 10 quarts. And you see it comes up here. Can you guys see the button? And then let's see if we can Seems steady, you know. Let's see. Alright, so let's stick it in. See how it changes, how it goes. So we know it's sucking, it's just because the oil's freaking cold. It's gonna take forever. If it was hot, if you go on my other videos, probably less than a minute, 30 seconds tops, oil's out. If it's nice and hot. And you can feel the heat in the line too. See, but this is why I needed to build an extension. You see? But now, since it's extended, it drips on the pan. Alright, so it's done. You think it's done. Now see how it changed? It's not done. Gotta just dig just a little deeper. Like I said, this oil is cold, cold, cold. This is gonna really, the neighbors are gonna love this when I fire this up. It's gonna smoke even more. You just have to burn it off. There is nothing you could do except just burn, burn, burn. Hopefully it clears up in a time efficient manner because we sucked all the excess oil out. So there's just a residual in there. I mean, listen, I could pull the plug, you know, spray something in the cylinder, but it's in there, it's in there. There's nothing we could do. Alright, so I'm not sure if I got all the oil out, so we're not going to do the full 20. And it just dawned on me, right? This is one of the guys that got me banned from my local repair shop. I used to order parts from them, and they stopped selling me parts. I think they knew what I was doing because I was buying a lot, and I was actually nice enough to be like, listen, you know, you guys are charging me freaking $20 for a belt. I can get the belt for like $8. You know, I'm trying to help you guys out. You know, meet me in the middle. Let's do a better deal. And they actually did. They actually did cut me some really good deals and prices. And then I think they started kind of catching on when I had to replace my first worm gear, Roga gear on a snowblower that they know of, and I couldn't pick up the part because of work. So I had Mrs. PATTAY'S Performance come pick it up, and they said, "Oh my God, you're doing the work?" She said, "No, my husband is." So she said the guy laughed at her and says, "Well, that's a really hard job. If your husband wants to enjoy his weekend, tell him to bring the machine here and we'll take care of it for him." Not happening. What? Oh, dinner? Okay. So anyway, I fixed it and we moved on. This guy here, now I remember, he has a Noma snowblower. He actually has a couple of snowblowers, but this one is a Noma, and they did about $300 worth of work to it, and he had a driving gear issue, moving forward and backwards. It would kind of pop out of gear and not go anywhere. So he had it serviced after winter, well, in the middle of winter, and it stopped snowing, okay? And then when he went to use it again next winter, the same problem still persisted. So called the engine shop, told them what happened. He says, "Oh yeah, I remember you. You guys you're in the system, you're in the file." You know what they told him? "Too bad, so sad. You're out of warranty." So I understand where the repair shop is coming, but I also understand where the guy's coming from. How could I verify the problem's fixed if you don't get any snow? You know, what buffoon is going to run his snowblower in circles out of season? You know, not many people, and I have a collection of 12 snowblowers, right? You think we run them all season long? Now I have like almost 40 because we didn't get any snow this year. So I'm not that guy either. You know, so that was kind of messed up on his part. So anyway, I take a look at the machine, and there is a cap that holds a pin in that's missing. So the cap is missing. So what I ended up doing is I notched the bar and I put an E-clip in there. And that held the pin in. So I told the guy what happened. And I gave him a bill. And he was so happy. So happy that he called the repair shop, cursed them out, and said, hey, there's a kid working out of his garage, and he said my street name, and he fixed it for X, Y, and Z. No problems. Called them a bunch of nasty names and ripped them off. Well, guess what? Guess what happened? The next time I came in to order parts, I was revoked. Because that was the second time somebody called about this repair shop. Oh, is this overfilled too? Oh, no. Alright, we're spot on. You see that? Good thing I didn't fill it up totally. We're going to run it though. And we're going to see what we got. Yeah, we're spot on. Alright. On. Water on. This is going to be it. And alright, Jason, stop being lazy. Just connect the hose. I'm not going to sit there and say I don't care. So let's let the water build up. Uh-oh. And we'll go from there. Man, yeah, we're probably going to have to hit this thing with some go-go juice too. You know, because we have so much freaking oil in here. Look at that. You know, let's just try it. For poops and giggles. Let's see what we got. On-off switch. Yep, we're on. In oil. Alright, so the smoke virtually went away. It's still there, but that's definitely the issue. So now, let's just say if you tried to clean the carburetor real quick and it didn't work, we have to pull the thing apart, right? There are these two 5/16, those come out. Okay? And then two 3/8 bolts right there. And that carburetor is off. And then you could basically do what we did, but a little bit more, you know, in depth. Clean the inside of the carburetor, go through the jets, and we're good to go. So I'm going to let this sit for a little bit, let the water run out, give this thing a quick wipe down, and give this guy a call and tell him it's all done. So in the meantime, guys, if you guys found this video helpful, and you want to see more stuff like this, and don't forget, Mrs. PATTAY'S Performance and I go live every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Time, if you want to join the fun. Right? Small engine, life, week, whatever. We just cover it all. It's only an hour. Sometimes we run a little bit longer if she wants to. I gotta work. But we're there. Alright guys, if you guys found this video helpful, smash the like button, smash that subscribe button, and guess what? I'll see you guys on the next episode of PATTAY'S Performance. Later. Ready? So let's just say the quick and dirty method didn't work for you. You got a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Take this out. Same thing, got to get this one on the side out. Bing bing. Ching ching. This is just so you have easy access. You really don't need to remove this. There we go. Undo this, pull up, get our paper filter, or spongy filter out of the way. Then we are going to have two 5/16 screws right by the opening of the carburetor. Let's take those out. these out here. Our carburetor is now fully exposed. So let's put a vice grip here, stop the flow of fuel, because there's going to be some that comes out. Alright. Pair of pliers, slip off the fuel line. There we go. Our carburetor is now.
Oh, I don't have my glasses on. I'm like, it's beautiful, right? Oh my God. You know what? I used to be bored today, but I thought it was free. I was like, you know what? I'm walking off.
The missus is talking to the Gables.
You know what?
Ruining my video.
Get ready to go.
So, anyway,
Okay, you're gonna speed everything.
3/8. This looks like a T27 or a T25 in case. How you doing? It's not a 3/8. What is this? Whoa!
Oh man.
Nope. God damn it. Well, that's weird. I was wrong. It's not 3/8. 7/16 would be 11 millimeter? I don't know. Well, whatever. Let's get these out. What size is this? We're going to go the Torx route. I'm sorry, this is a T25. And they come right out. We're going to do the second one. See how the second one has the ground attached to it? Make sure when you put that back on, the ground is attached. This is really tough. I mean, really tough. What the hell? This just slipped. Alright, let's get this one out. And I can take it over to my sockets and match this up. This could be 7/16. Look how long that is, little bastards. Guess what size this is. I'm actually really surprised. 10 millimeter. Never seen that before. Never. It's kind of tough too. This bracket goes like this. This is our spring for the choke. We'll leave that there. Let's get this out. Okay, let's get these choke levers out one by one. Alright, so let's get this one out first. Like so. And this one is a hook. So let's bring that towards us. The carburetor is now exposed. Half inch or 13 millimeter. Alright, so now we got good fuel flow. Alright, let me go get my table. Alright. Bowl. Jet. Slide pin for the needle and seat. Out. Rubber tip. Still there. Good. Let's see what we got for orifices. Alright, the carburetor's apart. Remember the quick and dirty way, so let's just stick it down this hole. Stick it down this other hole as far as we can. Stick it down the fuel flow hole. Stick it through this hole here too. Okay. Where else? Oh, a hole in here. Stick it through there. Let's open up the throttle. Was there any other holes? Nope, no more holes. But like I said, go right down the middle. Right, and we could see it, that we're going all the way through. That's nothing. Alright, so now, let's follow this up with brake clean. Good flow. Go right down here by the Welch plug. I see it coming out the throat, that's a good thing. Right through the hole. And the second hole in the middle. Okay, now we're going to go through here. Come on. That shoots out through the bottom. Good. This hole here. Good. Fantastico. Uh-oh. Whoa. Is that a little blockage? That wasn't smooth at all. You see that, right? Alright. Now we have our jet. Same thing. Right down the side. There's only 3 openings on this jet, unlike a lawn mower or a snowblower. Sometimes there's... Ugh, I hate when I do that. My eyes! Alright, we're good to go. Time for reassembly. So, if you have fuel problems, and this is missing, this rubber tip, that's your answer. Let's put that in there, like so. Alright, the same way we took it out is the same way it goes back in. Slide pin in. If we need to, just move the carburetor till it goes through, like so. Gasket. And we're going to tighten it. Good. Reassembly time. Oh, we got to get our anti-seize because those were a pain to get out. Okay, so let's get the hardware out. I'm going to put some anti-seize on here. Don't be a hack. Put anti-seize. See how tough that last one was to get in? That is only because 2 different like metals are in contact and they will form a chemical rustical bond. I forgot the complicated name for it, but there's a term for it. When 2 metals are together and they rust. Alright, so let's put this on. Nope, went like this. This went here. Now let's get the carburetor. Your key. Do one side first. Like so. And remember, the hook was the pain in the ass one to do, so let's do that first. And then now we could snake in the easy one. Tilt it up towards the sky. And we're in there. Now let's get our bracket. Make sure the choke is hanging over the top. Let's slide our bracket in. Okay, now we need to remember when we do the second bolt, okay, it's a little tricky, but we need to get that ground in first. And we'll do a close-up to show you. Start these by hand. Please, for the love of God. Start these by hand. It's 10 millimeter, right? So like I said, please, for the love of God, or whoever you believe in, whoever you love, your mother, your wife, car, your Mandingo, your Honda, Donald Trump, anybody, start these by hand, please. Don't try and do anything different. See, these are stiff coming out. It should be nice and easy going in, but let's start these by hand, because then we can feel. Alright, so this is going in smooth. Alright, so now here, this spring goes into this little hole here, just so you know. Oh look, I missed that. Okay, we were talking about the... So that's how it goes. So let me align the second part of that. I had a lot of walk-ins today. I had 3 people walk-in today. One person I took, and one person I turned away, but I did take their number. I have limited space, limited time, so I don't want to make any promises. I have a habit when people think they leave their machine here, I'm working on it right away. Even after I tell them that's not the case, they don't listen. So I don't bother anymore. Now I'll call you. If he doesn't want to wait 7 to 10 days, that's not my problem. Got enough projects. Alright. Now that we know we started it, this can't be real. How's this happening? It has to be T27. So it's slipping. Get a T27. Funny, the socket when I took it off didn't interfere, but putting on, it interferes. So yeah, it's a T27, it's not a T25. Well, let's get that in there. Am I missing this right? Was this a 12? No, it's still interfering. How is that possible? How is that possible? I just took this off. You guys see me take this off. No problem. Now let's try again. We are just literally working it back and forth. There we go. And let's do this by hand. So, you know, for nice and tight or not. There we go. Uh-oh. It's the sound of money. I think someone wants to buy the weed whacker. Hold on. Alright. So the weed whacker that I got for free, $70. Alright. Where were we? That's right. 5/16 we need one. Nope. See, this one's not the right one because it's not slotted. Oh, we could hook up our fuel line now. Now, if you want, let's confirm fuel flow. Oh, that's good fuel flow. So we know we got good fuel flow. Just a little bit of a mess, that's okay. Should we slide that back home? That's right, the 5/16. Don't forget to hook up the crankcase vent. That is very important. Open. It kind of slides right in. This is another thing you do by hand. These are a little tricky. So I'm just kind of starting it like so, and then I'm using my extension because my fingers don't fit. See? Now that one holds it in. Now we just take the other one. Oh, you know what? I gotta remove that listing and leave that guy feedback. Feedback is very important. This is crooked. This is wrong. Oh, I missed it completely. There we go. There we go. Start it by hand. Now you can crank it. Now listen, if you're really bent out of shape and you don't want to do this, the carburetor for this is very cheap. So we don't have to worry about that. I'll put a link in the description for that. It's an affiliate link. That's another way you can support my channel. Use my affiliate links. They're the cheapest ones possible, right? Even though the more money it sells for, the more money I make, I don't care. I'm cheap, and I want you guys to be cheap too. So I'm not going to try and bang you guys over the head with affiliate links. They are the cheapest price possible. If the affiliate link doesn't work, shoot a comment on the video, and I will redo it with the cheapest one possible that I could find via eBay. I hate Amazon. Pieces of stuff. They aggravate me. Alright, 5/16. And we're in. Alright, so let's hook up water, because remember, you're not supposed to start your pressure washer with no water hooked up.